So we come now to the resonance scan. So now that we're introducing new types of scans, maybe we just need to check in on one important question that people might have, which is if they have a particular problem, you know, it might be they're not getting enough money, or it might be their knee hurts, or it might be they can't sleep, or something like this. When would it be best to, you know, choose a program that you think would be best and put on the wristbands? When would it be best to do the aura? And when would be best to do this resonance analysis that we're going to do now? How do we decide which way to approach a problem?
Well, first up, I would always go with if you've got a resonance edition, I would always go with the resonance, because it will tell you exactly what's showing up. You know, it would even show that if the chakras are out of balance there, you know, and then you can go do an aura analysis. If it's a physical condition, I would always first start with the resonance and see what the priority is. If it's something like an issue, like maybe not a physical issue but where you're stuck somewhere in your life, the aura analysis is a really good place to start with something like that. The other option is, if you don't have a resonance, there is the Healy Advisor search, which is available. And that's a separate app that you can download. And you can do a search for a particular condition. So it's a really good kind of additional to the resonance, the Healy Advisor search, particularly if you have an ailment and you want to know what kind of programs to run. The resonance will give you what you need there right now in that moment, but for a condition that you want to, whether it's cholesterol or whatever it is that you want to work on, the Healy Advisor is really useful for that.
So that's an interesting perspective. So if it's something physical, it's good to start with the resonance, see what comes up, and then maybe, you know, depending on what comes up on the resonance, either or both of, send some resonance vibrations as the first part of the treatment, and then maybe put a wristband on correlating to the top program that comes up.
Yeah, I would always use both. You know, like you need both. They do two completely different things. So if you're doing an analysis, do vibrate those frequencies. So if you decide to run, say, the pure program in the pink app, I would vibrate the top 5 programs in the gold app first, and that prepares the body to accept those frequencies as well. So always do both. Yeah, like there's a purpose in both.
Very good. And if it's something more about a life issue, something about direction in life, then the aura analysis, that's a really interesting distinction, isn't it? A really good bit of guidance of which to use for what situation. Right, so let's come to the resonance analysis itself. How does that work?
How does it work? Okay, again, first thing you would be doing is you're going to be turning on your Healy. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to press on the resonance analysis, and we're going to we've already added a new client. So I'm going to type in for my name. And here it is. And you'll see that the focus shows up straight away. So what do I have the greatest resonance now? You can't edit that, unlike the aura analysis where we could edit it. This is something that we can't edit, but you can obviously have your own intention. I keep it simple. I just stick with what do I have the greatest resonance now. I usually close my eyes as well when I'm doing the intention. And when I click on that database, I'll just go back there again. It says continue with database selection. So tap on that. And a whole load of program pages will show up.
So that's a long list of databases there. How do we use that list?
So first up, there's 2 different things here. We have all the programs that match the pink app, like our Meridians, our Job, Healy Job. But then there are certain databases that have been included depending on which edition that you have as well. So we have I Ching, we have Schussler salts. So these are tissue salts, Australian bush flower remedies, Bach flower remedies. So these are databases. So these are not on your pink app. So if you go to look for a bush flower on the Pink app, it won't be there.
So am I right in saying then that it's only the Healy programs that are there on the Pink app, which sends frequencies through the wristbands and the coil, but here on the resonance we've got all of those programs, plus we've got additionally some extra ones like the flower remedies and the I Ching. Yeah,
which is great, which is good. So what I would do initially for somebody that's starting off first time, they're going to look at all of these databases and go, oh my, where do I even start?
Yeah.
Personally, myself, what I would do on a kind of a daily basis is I love to use something that's kind of grounding, and I'll always use like the vital substances, which are your amino acids and your vitamins and minerals, or the digital nutrition mixtures you can see there. So just to show you how to do a scan, we're going to pick the digital nutrition mixtures. We tap on it. And again, that focus comes up with what do I have the greatest resonance now? And we're going to press start analysis. So this is where we're going to, whether you take 3 deep breaths and you close your eyes, this is where I'm going to have my intention. And I'm just going to say to myself, well, what do I have the greatest resonance now? So I'm going to select start the analysis, and I'm going to put I usually use my thumbprint on my right hand, and I tap on the thumbprint, and the Healy will take an analysis of me. Now, I don't need to have the Healy on me. I don't need to have it near me. I have it on the table here alongside me.
Is that because this blue app, the resonance scan, it works, and like the Aura scan, works in a different way from the wristbands where you have to be physically connected to it?
Yes. Earlier, we would have done like a client where we put in all the client details. So we've recorded my energetic kind of blueprint as such, or kind of digital fingerprint. So my details are there. So Healy just taps into those details. Here now, you can see it will always bring up the top 5 programs from that pool of programs in the digital nutrition. And I'll go back and I'll show you how many is in that. And you can see that there's a percentage, 67%. So 67%, the desired state is spirituality. I'm resonating with 67% of the frequencies in that program. 65% is gastrointestinal system. 63% is alcohol intake. Now, this comes up quite a lot. People will say, I haven't drank in years. Why is it showing up? Or I've never drank, or alcohol intake is the name of the program. And what it includes, there is a database where you can actually check what is in alcohol intake. And it's a mixture of vitamins and minerals, and they are vitamins and minerals that would normally support the liver. 58% is energy, and 58% is psyche. So anything over 63% is a really good program to run in the Pink app. So if I was to choose a program from these databases, spirituality or gastrointestinal system would be something to run. It would be, you get a really good benefit from it. Anything over 50 would be something to run, but definitely 63%. Okay. It's kind of the magic number. If you're only getting programs that are like 50% and below, you can still run one of those programs. It just means that it's more like a preventative healthcare than anything. Yeah. And it means that you're resonating, because a lot of people will say, oh, 63%, is that bad or is that good? It means that you're resonating with 63% of the frequencies in that group.
Okay.
So I always, again, kind of focus on the positive. Not that if liver showed up there, that my liver is bad. It means my liver, I'm resonating with the frequencies that are beneficial for my liver.
And it might even be that some of the frequencies in that package of frequencies we resonate with for totally different reasons than what's on the label, because it's actually just a collection of frequencies, isn't it?
That's it. That's why I would never attach to the name. Like I'm not menopausal, but menopause might show up and you're
Yeah.
wondering, and it's just usually that you're working on those lower abdomen organs.
I've had the female kidney come up for me.
Yeah.
But Michelle, I also noticed that you've chosen digital nutrition, and digital nutrition is one of the subscription services. Now, if you don't have the subscription for digital nutrition, is this going to work still? There's also databases in there about the watch, and if you don't have the watch, is it going to work?
It's great that we have these extra programs, because we didn't have them a while back, so you get to what the key thing is, you can use these without having the Pink app programs. But for anyone that has the Pink app program, it's really beneficial, because now you can actually do an analysis of what program to run in the Pink app. Because I did have the digital nutrition for a very long time and I was confused. I didn't know what program to run.
Okay.
Now with the analysis, I know exactly what program to run. I go with the highest percentage.
And would you even need to use the wristbands if you've got it in the resonance?
I would use both, because I have them, or I had them. Like, again, what we were saying before, these are vibrations, so they're working completely differently to the Pink app. So if you have the Pink app, whether it's the watch or I would run that program, because 67% again is very, very high.
Okay, so they work on different levels. So to have the double action of both is the ideal, is the optimum for health. Is that right?
Of course, yes, of course, yeah. And like, if somebody, has problems with their digestion, or if they're not putting on enough, they're not putting on weight, or there are issues breaking down their food, or there's, different gastrointestinal disease or whatever, this is a really good app to have, because you're getting the vibration, so it'll help you assimilate those nutrients better. Yeah.
So how would you then send these vibrations to yourself? Would you say choose the spirit? How do you choose, say, the spirituality one, because that's come up top, and send those vibrations to yourself?
So when I'm going to vibrate these, so the next step is actions.
Yeah.
And you can do a PDF and you can send this report to somebody or to yourself if you wanted to. But I'm going to press vibrate. It can only vibrate all 5. You can't choose one individual. You have to vibrate all 5. Whereas when you go into the Pink app, then you can choose the spirituality, which is the highest by the percentage. But when you're doing the vibrations, you can only do all 5 at any one time.
I see.
And to do the vibrations, you can vibrate for different timings. And I would have spoke about this before. So if you have something acute, you would vibrate maybe for 37 seconds, 6 to 8 times throughout that day, or until it's relieved. If it's something chronic, the timing could be 1 to 3 minutes, maybe for up to 3 times per day. So they're the general guidelines that Healy give us.
And how long would you keep that going for?
So if it's acute, I'd keep it going until the issue is relieved. And chronic, I would do the month and reassess then afterwards.
And what would you do? Would you go back and do a new scan on the digital nutrition 3 times a day? Would you do 3 different scans every day?
No, I would keep with the same scan.
How would you get to the same scan? How would you get to the?
So what I'll do first is I'll show you how to vibrate, and then we'll go back into the list and I'll show you how to get it. So the timing of it, it's standardly set to 1 minute, 20 seconds. And what we're going to do is I'm going to just press 8 seconds here just for the recording. But normally I would leave it at 37, or I usually leave it at a minute because it's set. But 37 seconds is a good one. So I'm going to just press start.
So I noticed on that list there were lots of options, going from 1 second or less than 1 second up to 9 hours or something like that. When would you ever use those very short or very long options?
Well, if you were doing a house, it's a more denser, so or a car, you would maybe have it 12 minutes. The only way that you would know how long to work would be if you did kinesiology or dowsing. Some people will do vibrations overnight, for sleep issues. But I don't think there's much need to do that, because again, like the body can only take in so much information at any one time. So less is best. So less kind of in small kind of chunks than just kind of bombarding it with a whole load of information. And like it's like as if you're studying for exam and you're trying to take all this information in. You can like do a little bit, take a break, do a little bit, take a break.
Unless in certain circumstances your body might need more, in which case the only way you'd find that out is through kinesiology.
That's it. Or it could be trial and error. You know, you can try the short intervals, the 3 minutes, and if you're not getting the results, then go a little bit longer and see. You know, everybody's different. There's no set way for any like a group of people. We're all going to need something different. And this is how I work. I do less. Like I've learned, like less is best.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we just vibrated that there. I'll just show you again. You can see, so the Healy now is vibrating those frequencies into my energetic field. I may feel something, I may not feel something. You know, you might feel a little tingling, or I feel a little thing on my left side there. After that, then what you can do
that's
is
done now. That's the treatment done for that one.
So I'm going to just come back out of it to show you how to get this again. So if I wanted to go in later to actually find this list, I'm just going to tap on the home screen down at the bottom left, and I go to tap on list, and you'll see that there's a whole list of different
scans.
Different ones.
So the one that you've just done is right at the top, right? The Healy Digi Nutritional Mix.
That's it. The one I've just done is there. But you can always do a search. You can do a search for a name, because if you've got a long list of people, you can put in a search in the search bar. And
so actually, I see. So if I came back later and wanted to do the same search on myself, same vibration to myself, I wouldn't need to do another scan. I could just go into the lists, find this. And what happens when I click on it?
So I'm going to tap on it, and it brings me straight back to that page.
So you can scan that again straight from the page.
I can vibrate again.
Okay.
Straight away.
I mean vibrate again, right? So, can you go back to the list for a second? Is there anything we can do? You know, because even if we just narrow it down to your own name here, there's going to be a whole load of scans, and you'll probably do more scans, and you'll still want to go back to this one. Is there anything you can do to remind yourself that this is what you've got to go back to? This is how long you want to do it for, how many times a day, and so on?
Yeah. So if I'm going to click on the digital nutrition, there's a little arrow to the right hand side. I'm going to slide that over, and you can actually rename it. So I can rename that to, you know, I can call it spirituality if that was the first one that showed up. Or you know, I can name it like today's date, or you know, you can always delete it there as well that way. That's
what I do. I put the name of it and then the date, and then, you know, because I muscle test, and so I say how many days I've got to do this, how many times a day I need to do it, so it reminds me.
Very, very good. Yes. I'm just going to go back, and I want to show you one more thing. Okay, so I just want to show you the number of items in that database. So we're going to go back in, click on continue database, and we're going to find that digital nutrition again. There's a load of them there. It's at the bottom, I think. Here it is. So you can see there's a little eye symbol over the side of digital nutrition. If you tap on that, it'll bring you up all the different programs that are in that category.
Okay, and so when you do the scan, it's the first 5, it's the top 5 of those that'll come up.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to go back in and do another scan. And it's the same procedure. You got to go back into the resonance analysis, find your name. Each time you do a different analysis, it's the same thing that you do.
Yeah.
Again, the focus is, what do I have the greatest resonance now? It'll come up in a minute as well. Continue with the database selection. And here we're going to go with maybe Healy Jobs. Now, Healy Jobs only has like 7 different programs in it. It will bring up the top 5. So it's always going to bring up the top 5, whether there's only 4 programs there, it'll bring up the 4 in whatever order. So I'm going to start analysis here. You're going to hold your right thumbprint on it, or it can be any other finger. You're going to have your intention. That one was very, very quick, as you can see. And activation, exhaustion, acute. You can see it ranges from 39% to 60%.
So it's only that one that's really strong for you, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah.
And when you send the vibrations, will that balance be reflected in the vibrations sent to you? Or will it send all 5 equally?
That I don't know.
Okay.
I presume it's going to run through all the frequencies that you need, because it's 40% of the program's imbalanced nerves. So it's going to send you those particular ones.
Because of the quantum sensor. So yes.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to vibrate that.
So Michelle, there's another scan, isn't there, that's different from all of the others, called the All Healy scan.
Yeah. So with the All Healy programs, again, when you look at it initially, it can be overwhelming, like where to start. So if I was feeling a bit off, like I needed a little bit of boost of self-confidence, you know, or I was feeling a little anxious, I could go straight to the mental programs. Or if I was in pain, you know, I could go straight to the stimulation programs, because they're the pain programs, and run an analysis. But if I don't know where to start, I'm going to click on that heart rate symbol, tap on the resonance analysis, put in my name. No, I spelled my name wrong. No.
You still spelled it wrong. It's giving you the suggestion in the list.
Yeah. And then I'm going to scroll down and find it.
No, you've missed the I.
I missed the I. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Thank you. Go. There we are. Tap on my name. So there is a category called All Healy programs. And
there it is.
I'm going to tap on it. So there's the 20 different categories are all within this. So this is a great one to start with, because it's going to give you the top 5 programs to kind of go into in further detail. So I'm going to press start analysis.
So am I right in understanding that this is going to not give us the 5 top programs, but the 5 top databases? It's the only one that gives us the databases, the whole sets of programs, rather than individual programs.
Yes, it's given you the different categories of different databases. So this might take a little bit longer, but I don't think it takes that long either. There's programs like databases like the Creative Homeopathy. They can take up to a minute, 2 minutes to do the analysis. The Bushflower take a little bit longer. So here you can see that 60% Healy fitness programs. So this would be a good place for me to go in and investigate further. I could go in now and do a further analysis of Healy fitness programs to find the exact program then to run on the Pink app. Healy sleep programs, Healy learning programs, Healy beauty programs, and mental balance. Now I can vibrate this. This is a great way to start. You know, if you want to keep it simple, go in and just vibrate, press vibrate for, again, I'm only going to do it for 8 seconds.
And what will that vibrate? Will it vibrate every program in the healing learning programs, and every program in the Healy beauty programs, and every program in the Healy mental balance programs to you?
It's going to vibrate the frequencies that I need that are in the learning programs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just the learning, or all of them?
All of them, the beauty, the learning. So here it's suggesting that I resonate with 45% of the frequencies in the learning programs.
Yeah.
Now I can go into Healy learning programs.
How would you do that?
45%. So I'm going to go back into the little heart rate symbol at the bottom.
Okay.
And I'm going to do a search. Put in my
name. You actually have to do another scan.
You do another scan. Okay. So it just gives you a starting point of where to look further.
So if you want to do it like this, you might actually note down what's come up so that you can go through them one by one if you want to.
That's it. Yeah. And I'm going to continue database and find the learning programs. Now there's 9 programs in the healing learning programs, and I'm going to do my analysis again. So you can see that stress acute is showing up there at 46%. The same with stress systemic, and exam systemic then is 39%.
So this was highlighted as one of the databases with your greatest need. but the numbers come up, they're all below 50. But why would that be?
They're all below 50. So the reason as well can be, and it happens often, because when I do a scan, I'll do it about once a week, and I'll go in and I'll go through all the different programs and I'll choose the highest from that. Because what I find is when you do all Healy programs and it gives you the top categories, it could be the category overall that is given you, 45% of that category overall, rather than you could have in one of the other programs that we looked at, I was high in one, but I was low in all of the others. So that may be the reason. Okay. I like to go into all of them individually and see what the highest is. But starting off, this is a great way just to go into all Healy programs and to give you somewhere to start with and somewhere to look at further.
So you've clarified that the Healy doesn't need to be near me when I'm running a resonance scan. I could even leave it in my house, and I could go on my bike somewhere and come back later, and it could be working on me the whole time. Yeah.
So to do the analysis, of course, the Healy needs to be near the phone. That's correct.
It needs to be near the phone, but not near the person.
Near the phone.
So if I'm going to leave it at home, I need to leave my phone at home on, ideally plugged in as well, so it doesn't run out of battery.
If you're running the vibrations, then you can, if you were doing it, say for 5 minutes, you can start the vibration, the analysis, leave your Healy with your phone, because you do need Bluetooth connection for the blue analysis. And then you can walk out of the room, you can go to the bathroom, you can go downstairs, you can go to your garden, you can even go to town if you wanted to, and you'll still get those vibrations.
And can I leave the phone and the Healy charging while these, or does it have to stop? Does it have to stop the analysis to charge it?
The blue app actually works in the charger.
Okay.
Which is great. If it runs out, the battery goes. The pink app won't work in the charger.
The wristbands,
you need pink app on you in person, but the blue app will work in the charger.
Okay.
Mightn't be great ideally for the battery life, but
okay.
But it does work. If you're in the middle of a treatment and it goes dead, you can use it in the charger.
If I get a phone call, or if I want to use my phone for something else, I can't do that when one of these programs is running, right? When one of these vibrations is running. That's
it. If I disconnect from this app, for whatever reason, a text message comes in or I pick up the phone, the Healy will probably turn off and you will have to reconnect the Bluetooth again.
Okay.
What I find is I have a separate Healy a separate phone for my Healy, so that I'm not going to get distracted. And that doesn't happen, because if you use your phone for work, you're going to be on it, or you're going to be needing to be on it, and it can be very frustrating if you've got to reconnect.
So I guess for the same reason, we couldn't be sending a resonance vibration to one person, and then while it's going, maybe connect to the Healy with a different phone and send a vibration to a different person at the same time.
No, you can't. You can't do that, unfortunately.
Because I guess the Healy itself is what's connected to the person.
Yes, the Healy's working on the person. So you can't be doing a vibration and somebody on the pink app at the same time, or somebody having a different phone. Because you can have your device connected to multiple phones. I have it on my business phone, I have it on my personal phone. You can put it on an iPad as well, or a tablet. You can have it on multiple phones, but only one phone can be accessing the Healy at any one time. The same that you can only be in one app, either the pink app or the blue app, at any one time.
Thank you so much, Michelle. I think that's been so useful. As usual, please visit heartfulhealing.co.uk for information about all the things that we do, including the body code, which in itself is a really powerful healing modality that creates tremendous results for people. The Healy and how to get your Healy in the quantum biofeedback section. Heartfulness meditation, which is fundamental, I believe. You can read more about that as well. Please also subscribe to this YouTube channel. There's a little, I can never get my finger right. There's a little bubble coming up there in a second, just come up now. And you'll be notified of any videos that come up on the channel.